Guys, we're giving away this brand new E-Ride Pro SS 3.0 and you need to get entered on our website right now or else.
All you gotta do is click that link down in the video description and you are not gonna wanna miss this one. All right guys, it is time to go over the app on the E-Ride Pro SR. Hopefully this video was helpful to you guys. We're gonna go through everything you need to know and how to basically make your SR feel as good as it can be. So what you're gonna do, as far as I know, this app is only available for iOS at the moment, but hopefully Android soon. Right here, it is called E-Ride Pro. You're gonna download that, open it up, and turn your bike on. This whole process kind of takes a little bit of time, and it has been frustrating to us. If you're just trying to change one quick setting, it kind of takes a while. So we're gonna search for nearby devices, connect to E-Ride Pro, and we're gonna wait. We're just gonna wait. Okay, here, we got a password, but it always does this loading and takes a while. Okay, we're gonna click password. Normally it pops up the password, there you go. ERP123 is what comes on the bike. You can change this within the app. Hit continue. Here we have our bike. We got all of our temperatures. So these will change. If you're out riding and you connect to it, these will obviously be warmer than they are here in the garage. You got your voltage, that's gonna go down as you drain your battery. Your phase current, that is basically your torque. So you could do a screen recording and live record this as you're riding and you can see your torque go up and down as you use the throttle. Same with your RPM. If we go into settings, here you can change your Bluetooth name and your Bluetooth password. I'm just gonna leave mine as stock. I don't wanna mess with it. Here you can turn on and off your tilt sensor, brake sensor, kickstand sensor, motor temperature sensor, and parking on and off. I don't know what the parking one does. Well, actually, never mind. That's gonna be right here on your throttle. You can turn off park or not. I like to have park just as a safety feature. I already removed my brake sensor, so I'm not gonna worry about them. I like the kickstand sensor and I like the tilt sensor. So we're gonna leave all those. Here we have our thumb regen, thumb throttle. This is where you can actually turn on your regen brake to use as a throttle. So I love that they put that in here because if you crash and you break your actual twist throttle, you can turn this on as a throttle. Then we've got a street tune / trail tune. I don't actually know what that does. Eco mode, sport mode, and race mode, and master power control. This is essentially how much power you are telling the bike to have within each mode. So we're gonna go ahead and set mine to eco mode at about 40%. Sport, I'm gonna do about 70%, if it'll work. That's a little glitchy, to be honest. And then race mode, we're gonna go up to 80%. I don't know why it doesn't let you go to 100, just kind of how it works. Master power control, we have set at 100. Speed display adjust, this is for if you get a different size rear tire, you can adjust the diameter so that your speedometer is still accurate. You can also do that if you adjust your gearing. If you do a smaller sprocket, that will fix that as well. Then we have our accelerations. This is the only other power setting you can change on the bike besides the actual power. This, I think, is phase amps. If you've had any other aftermarket controller, I think it's essentially your torque. And that's what it felt like when I was experimenting with it. I tried settings all across the board, and the best settings I came up with are these right here, especially for race mode. Race mode, if you turn it all the way down on acceleration, it's 4% is the bottom. At 4%, it basically had no torque. It wouldn't lift the front end up, it wouldn't wheelie. But if you go to 6%, all of a sudden it has a lot of torque. And if you go above that, I think it has way too much torque. I think the throttle is way too jumpy, too jerky, just doesn't feel good. So we settled at 6% is kind of the best. We think it's kind of crazy that you can go all the way up to 40%, and where we like it is at 6. They really should lengthen out their slider a little bit. Sport mode, you can kind of go up a little bit, I think, because we're turning the power down. We can add a little bit more torque, and it doesn't feel as aggressive as it does in race mode. Same with eco, you can go a little bit higher. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. Thumb regen brake, this is how much braking this little lever is going to give you when you pull it. I like it at 100%. I think it feels really nice. You've got a reverse speed limit for when you go into reverse. I maxed that out. It's not very fast. It's not just going to rip the bike out from under you. Then we have our speed limits. So this is kind of like how typical eco mode operates in an E-moto is it's limited to a certain speed. These you can change all 3 modes to whatever speed you want them limited to. So if your son was buying this bike and he's a beginner and you don't want it to go more than 35 miles an hour, you could set that in all 3 modes. You could still do different power settings, but your bike won't go faster than that. So I like that they did that. Then down here you can save all your settings, save your tune, and then very soon I've been told that E-Ride Pro will be creating their own tunes that you can go in and select if you want to try a street tune or try a MX tune or whatever you want, as well as just, updating all the stuff as you wish. And then also right here in the app, I can't show it here because I've already done it, but you can unlock the full potential of the bike. The bike comes limited to 21 kilowatts, not 25. You can go in here, sign a waiver, check a box, and that will unlock the full 25 kilowatts. You can also do the motor controller sync. That's for maybe you got a replacement controller because this one broke, you needed to sync it to your stock motor or vice versa. That's how you would do that. So that is essentially everything that is inside the app. As you guys can see, there's a lot of good settings and features. However, there's not a lot to change how the bike feels. Sure, you can do your power, you can do your torque. I still think that they really need some throttle settings, because on some of our other aftermarket bikes, those apps, you can adjust power, torque, you can do field weakening, which is kind of a top speed setting, and you can also do 5 or 6 different throttle settings as well as throttle curves. And one of the biggest issues I've had with the SR is just the throttle doesn't feel good. After spending 2 hours inside this app, out trying and testing every different setting I can imagine, those are the settings that we settled on, but I don't think it feels good by any means. Throttle has a ton of deadband, so that means you got to grab it and you're going to go like a long ways before it even kicks in, and then all of a sudden you got 25 kilowatts in the other half of your twist. That's kind of what it feels like in my opinion. So I hope that E-Ride sees this video and is updating that app. It is not perfect. It still has some glitches and some bug issues. If you have things go wrong in it, I would recommend just closing the app out, swiping up, refreshing it, turning your bike off, and going back in and starting again. I've had to do that several times. But hopefully this video was helpful to you guys. We'll catch you next time. Hit that subscribe button if it was. See ya.